Hello YouTubers, welcome back to another Tesla electric car video with me, Adam Well-Informed. Well, I hate to say it, but mistakes happen. I've got myself a new Mayde wheel cover replacement and a filthy new update to share with you folks, and it's hidden in these very boxes. Frankly, it's all down to you that these wheel covers are now going to be receiving an update that I think you will welcome with open arms. That's all down to your support, and more on that later. Now, for those that don't know, I paid for and installed these wheel covers back in January this year, and I haven't looked back since. The beauty of these matte black wheel covers is that they simply clip on to the standard 18-inch Tesla Model 3 wheels. It not only gives my Model 3 a fitting and unique look, but thankfully it creates a barrier to the edge of the original Model 3 alloy wheel, and that effectively has saved me on 2 occasions since, with this encounter being the worst. It probably should have ended up with a nasty gash. Thankfully the wheel cover took the worst of the impact, and all I need to do is replace it by swapping it for a brand new wheel cover to visually erase that bad memory trigger. I sort of make it sound like a scene from the Men in Black, but reality is no one has to know that you have curb rash now. Literally, you can now hide that moment of horror thanks to the covers. Anyhow, this will be a great time to not only let you in on a secret to the new upgraded Mayde wheel covers for the Tesla Model 3 and Model Y, but also I think it's going to be a great time to evaluate if having the wheel cover has damaged my own alloy in any way, as some of the original Amazon reviews had shared this concern. So let's reassess those concerns by using my Model 3 as bait, and I'll show you just how easy it can be to install and replace a Tesla Model 3 Mayde wheel cover. Before we kick this off, I'd appreciate it if you could give the video a cheeky like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you're interested in Tesla EV content weekly, hit the notification bell so you're going to be the first to know when a video goes live. So Adam, what mistakes were made this time? Well, it clearly wasn't a scrape, but a curb collision should pretty much summarise it. It was enough of an impact to chip part of the cover this time round, but structurally the wheel cover was sound. It did not budge, it remained firmly on the wheel, which frankly is what you want if there has been an impact. So rather than inquiring about a alloy wheel repairer and earmarking time to get that fixed, I can just head straight over to Amazon.com and acquire a single replacement cover. And this is something that they didn't offer when I originally purchased all 4 wheel covers, and thankfully that's one set of feedback that they appeared to have listened to. Ultimately, it's pretty much a no-brainer to sell a single cover replacement, especially in these circumstances. Anyhow, can you guess what's actually in this big box? Yeah, me neither. Yeah, enough of your sarcasm, Adam. So I already opened the box pre-video just to check it over, and it was delivered to me directly from the USA all the way to the UK, from San Fran to the UK in just over a week, and I think that's pretty good going in all fairness. But overall, despite that long journey, the condition of the new wheel cover replacement is pristine and the design is exactly the same. Or is it? Well, yes and no. The devil is in the detail. Well, it's actually in this box. So previously I'd mentioned how some Amazon reviews had initially highlighted that the clips could damage your alloys, and these clips ultimately clip around each stalk of the alloy wheel, and it does that to form its grip to the alloy wheel, and so the concern would be that it would scratch the stalk or the arms upon installation or removal of the cover. At the time I was a little bit concerned, however I thought with the condition of my alloy wheels in its present horrific state, I took a gamble knowing that I had a practical solution to the whole situation. I had very little to lose from this and a stunning look to gain, so it was very much a risk worth taking for me. My solution was to install thick insulation tape over the clips, thus preventing any kind of scratches from installation or removal. It's foolproof, right? Well, let's remove the wheel and find out if it worked. To remove the wheel, you want to use one of these mini suction cup things, and if you don't have one of these, this is probably a great time to actually mention, to get this whole wheel cover look, I have a dedicated kit list link in the description of the video. This details every single product that I've used to get this look, together with an affiliated Amazon link. If you actually want the single replacement cover or all 4 Mayde wheel covers, I'll link that separately in the description of the video for ease. Anyhow, back to the video. Firstly, remove your lug nuts like so. Then the slightly tricky bit comes into play. Grab your sucky thing, and then, as dirty as it sounds, and there's literally no other way to sugarcoat this process, but give plenty of your spit to the mini suction cup to increase its suckiness. Super suspicious as it sounds, but you know it's all going to be true. And I learnt the hard way the first time round, but this virtually is a foolproof method and would only take me 2 attempts this time to remove the centre wheel cap. But as I'm fixing one issue, another one's going to arise. Oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. On this occasion, I had too much sucky power and my centre wheel cap actually breaks on removal. I've never had that happen before, so whilst that is annoying, to get 4 new centre caps, it's like a £10 mistake, so it was hardly worth me cursing about it, especially because the wheel cap kit replacement came the next day thanks to Amazon Prime. So it was an issue, but it actually wasn't. Yeah, you get the gist of things. So now it's actually time to take the wheel cover off. My advice is actually to locate each of them black clips that I mentioned earlier, and I begin to push it out of place to loosen its grip around the wheel. And I think I should mention that your hands are going to get pretty dirty from this process if you haven't already worked that out. But I go around the alloy one stalk at a time, and if you installed the installation tape like me, ensure that the actual clip is still in contact with that tape as you remove it, and eventually it should become real loose for you just to pull the whole thing off like so. Well folks, this is it, the original wheel cover that you'd find under your aero covers. And if I remove some of the standing dirt, utilising some moisture, so we say, where the cover clip has made contact with the stalks of the alloy, it has not caused any scratches at all. What you can see is just how much dirt has found its way around the whole rim, despite being cleaned before it was originally installed. But I checked multiple contact points to pleasantly report that the installation tape method that I employed was an absolute success for me. Maybe, just maybe, it was masterclass. On some of the stalks, you can even see where some of the installation tape makes contact with the alloy, and in particular the ones that came standard on the wheel. Therefore, if you have copied me with the installation tape included, I hope this just gives you a bit of confidence that your rim should be adequately protected. If we look at the edge of the rim where the impact took place, you can see a very thin contact mark. Now, these could have been present before installation, but based on the very silver-like colour on display, I'm 80% sure that this was actually related to the most recent incident, and if so, without that cover, I'm pretty much sure it would have been a nasty gouge in the alloy. So I'm convinced it really did protect it from the worst of the impact. So what is the incoming upgrade to the wheel covers? Well, in all honesty, the worst bit about these whole covers is that I had to buy and install my own installation tape. Not only did this add to a layer of faff around the installation, it just didn't feel like a flush buying experience. To me, the most suitable buying experience would be just to buy the covers and you'd have pretty much what you need. That said, we've literally just identified that installing the tape was hella worth it because there was no scratches from the clips. It eradicated that flaw that others had suffered before. However, the one thing that I found was the thicker installation tape. The tape would flick at the end without persistent pressure. Therefore, I knew this wheel cover setup could be better. So prior to making this video, I actually got in contact with the manufacturer, being Mayde, via email. And I explained how my experience was with the wheel covers and how I felt it could be more beneficial to actually incorporate their own installation tape on the clips too. And after all, they were already using it to protect the alloy stalks, so it was just a matter of adding more tape to the wheel cover, I guess. And after careful consideration, they actually listened to the feedback and will actually start making batches with this installation tape included. And they sent this whole batch out to me free of charge just to show me what this next batch of wheel covers should expect from an upcoming purchase. This tape they will be using is actually wider than the one that I used, but also a hell of a lot thinner. And we'll talk about differences and more in just a second. But as I understand it, the foam tape is coming with the next batch of covers in the next month. And if you do acquire those wheel covers and the foam tape is actually not present, they've assured me that they have a lot of extra foam tape on hand. And all you need to do is just reach out to them and they'll actually send you that additional tape as a result. Now, without your viewership and support from my previous videos, I don't think my feedback would have carried the same amount of weight or credibility. So for that, between us, we've made this product experience even better for future Tesla customers and equally replacement orders like this. They also told me that they literally just released a Model Y wheel cover replacement after the success of the wheel covers from the Tesla Model 3. Therefore, I will put a direct link in the description below if you're interested about hearing that product availability. Anyhow, my replacement job isn't done. So to install, I simply cut a fingernail worth of foam tape Then remove the non-sticky paper and place it neatly over the clip. Now this new thinner foam tape has an immediate advantage on application because it's stuck down fully after the first attempt. I don't need to hold it persistently down like I did with the thicker tape. It literally just stuck down on that first attempt, no sweat. Therefore, applying the tape was so much quicker than what I'd done previously before. After flying through the foam tape over the clips for protection, we're now ready to install our replacement wheel cover. Simply align the tyre valve precisely in line with the hole in the cover, then ease on the clips around each stalk. There's no need to break a sweat doing it, just ample pressure should be enough for it to click and grip around each wheel stalk. After it's on, I ensure each clip is indeed fitted on nicely, then all that's left is to put the nuts in my hand and boom, like magic, they stick back on. Okay, full disclosure, messing around with the transition didn't quite go to plan, but hey, we're human. Then all that's left is to install the center wheel cap again. For illustration, I've just reused the old center wheel caps just so you can see the final visuals. And to actually install that again, you just need a little bit of pressure and it pops back into place and it will look something like this. Therefore, the cover has actually gone from something like this to this. So to conclude, 9 months on, I'm still immensely happy with my matte black wheel covers. It has protected my wheels and erased/hidden our curb rash history as if it never happened in the first place. And I take great pride that the product is evolving, so you as the potential customer get an even better experience and product as a result. And based on this, I do recommend those interested in protecting their Tesla Model 3 wheels from curb rash to actually take a look at these covers and consider it as a solution for you. And obviously now they also have the option for the Model Y, which is super useful to know, I guess. Now, if you haven't done so already, please let me know what your thoughts are on my Tesla Model 3 wheel covers. Do you already own them and how has your experience been? Plus, would you consider these wheel covers over other aftermarket alternatives? Alternatively, if you're not sure what you want to comment and you just want to let me know you got this far in the video, simply comment suction cup mayhem and I'll give you a cheeky thumbs up for doing so. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe, like the video and share it with anyone or a beneficial group that may find this video useful. You folks have been great and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.